We're going to talk about the Environmental Protection Agency, EPA. You heard that the Republicans were going to cut a lot of stuff, so we're going to talk about it this evening.
EPA and the president's message that the war on coal is over. You know, we had an administration up until President Trump being elected that literally had within the crosshairs of regulation coal and fossil fuels.
Okay. They originally proposed to cut 31% from the Environmental Protection Agency. And then when there was a lot of pushback, they changed it to 25%. 25% cut. I mean, we like cutting the hospital staff or something. The Environmental Protection Agency protects all our waterways, our air, and does everything for us. It's a great agency, and they want to cut the hell out of it.
And we as a country were being underserved, you know, not taking advantage of harnessing our natural resources while also protecting the environment, having a pro-growth, pro-jobs, and pro-environment type of message. So, great day at the EPA.
They also want a clear-cut permit on the Alaska old-growth forests. They want to cut that. Also, they want to cut the Tongass. They're not for American consumption. Ask them. They're exporting all those trees. They also propose cutting drastically the national parks budget. One of the few things that the government offers to the people on their vacations. To go to the national park for a week or two, they want to cut that budget in half so people can't go unless you're retired or you can go on Tuesdays. Okay, their main target, the Clean Power Plan, is to reduce the pollution of coal, oil, gas, or whatever pollutions that they're producing right now. Obama suggested that they cut them 30%. So Scott came in and said, no, we got to cut that. We don't want to cut our pollution.
Withdraw that, and then we will then make sure that whatever is done in the future is done within the framework of the Clean Air Act, respecting all forms of energy.
Oil is king. Coal is queen. The other way around, I don't know which is. But anyway, they're oil and coal people, Scott Pruitt from Oklahoma. So he's fighting the Clean Power Plan. He wants to gut it, get rid of it. Also, he sued the EPA over the Clean Water Rule. What's the Clean Water Rule? The Clean Water Rule says that there are streams, wetlands, and small ponds and waters in the states that feed into the rivers. In fact, the interconnection provides drinking water for 117 million Americans. So the U.S. government wants to include the watersheds, the bays, the ponds, the streams as part of its overall protection thing. And Scott Pruitt sued them 14 times to stop them from extending their protection to those minor waterways. These are called the waterways of the United States. That's under the Clean Water Rule. And it was started in 2015 and it's been delayed. The truth is 117 million people depend on that water. And the oil producers and the frackers don't want us to consider their health and safety. Okay. Then, of course, the number one thing they want to do is to kill renewables. Take away all the subsidies for solar and wind. Increase subsidies for coal and oil. So his plan was to cut solar and wind at a time when we are in an energy crisis, a global crisis, a meltdown. And he wants to cut that? Unbelievable. Okay, the good news is he didn't get to do these things.
If any American submits a request for a hearing on this rule change before October 31st, Pruitt has to hold one. We don't know for how long or where it will be held, but I do know that if enough patriotic Americans show up that day, Scott Pruitt will be so fucking annoyed.
Beneath the gaze of Trump Tower in Washington, D.C., they came in huge numbers. Protesters from across the country gathered as part of a nationwide movement to draw attention to issues on climate change, race relations and the economy. The occasion, 100 days into the Trump presidency, was highly symbolic, and organisers say this is grassroots politics at its best. The protest comes as the Trump administration continues to roll back environmental regulations while giving the go-ahead for controversial oil pipelines, moves that are of deep concern for many here.